For 20 years, Edgar Blaine wore the same herringbone coat to work, his silver hair always neatly combed back, and a fountain pen tucked into his breast pocket like a soldier ready for duty. He was the first to arrive at Halberd and Finch every morning, unlocking the doors before the sun cracked the skyline, and the last to leave, his silhouette lingering against the glass like a relic from a more mannered time. To most, Edgar wasn't just a senior analyst, he was the firm's beating heart, the one who knew when the printer would jam, who remembered the founding partner's wedding anniversary, and who could calculate risk margins in his sleep. But the tides of corporate ambition are indifferent to loyalty. And Harold Finch, the newly minted CEO and grandson of the company's founder, had grown tired of old clocks that ticked too slowly. He wanted glass walls, AI dashboards, baristas on the third floor, and employees with fresh degrees and fresh ideas, even if those ideas came wrapped in naive optimism and caffeine jitters. Most of all, he wanted to streamline costs, a phrase he tossed around with the flippancy of a child skipping stones across a pond. And Edgar, loyal as he was, came with a salary heavy as stone. It happened on a Wednesday, under a sky the color of pewter. Harold summoned Edgar into his office, redesigned recently with modern art that looked like spilled paint, and delivered the sentence with the warmth of a voicemail. "You're a valuable part of this company's history, Edgar, but it's time we make room for the future." Edgar didn't speak. Not at first. His hands, veined and calloused from years of ledger balancing and late-night number crunching, rested on the porcelain clock gifted to him on his 15th work anniversary, a clock shaped like an open book, inscribed with the words "Time honors dedication." He looked at Harold, young and hungry, with teeth too white and shoes too shiny, and smiled the way one might at a child pretending to drive a car. "I see," Edgar said softly. He rose, gently placed the porcelain clock on Harold's minimalist desk, and left without a fuss. 2 months passed. The young replacements came, sleek, energetic, fluent in buzzwords, but illiterate in legacy systems. They spilled coffee on quarterly reports, miscalculated budgets, and relied heavily on chatbots. Deadlines faltered. Clients grew nervous. Then, one Thursday morning, the office printers churned out a flurry of reports. Dozens of them, each meticulously formatted, signed EB, and detailing internal inefficiencies, outdated contracts, and unpaid debts that had gone unnoticed for months. Attached to the top of each report was a sticky note in cursive. "Time also reveals negligence." By noon, the office buzzed like a kicked beehive. Harold stormed into the IT department, only to discover Edgar's user credentials had been deleted the day he left. No trace, no IP, like a ghost who knew how to vanish with flair. That afternoon, the power went out for 10 minutes. When it flickered back, every monitor displayed a photo of the porcelain clock, its hands frozen at 11:11. The image stayed for only 7 seconds before the systems returned to normal. But 7 seconds was long enough. Harold never mentioned Edgar again, but the porcelain clock was never found. Some say it sits in Edgar's attic, ticking in silence. Others believe he melted it into a paperweight shaped like an hourglass. But if you walk past Halberd and Finch at night, long after the lights are off and the young analysts have gone home, you might see a faint silhouette in the window, herringbone coat and all, watching, always watching as time catches up to ambition.